Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Star Ladder Invitational Season 2 European Qualifiers. I'm Lyrical, going to be joined as well by the lovely, the great, the man, the myth, the legend, Eos and Dota. How you doing, my man?
5 seconds remaining.
Doing good, doing good. Just curious as to how far you're going to take the intro when you introduce me.
I don't know. Eventually we're going to get to something that's probably inappropriate, but it's great. I love it. I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. But Cloud9, Tree and Protector. Surprise, surprise. It was actually not banned out. So Team Spirit opting to leave it in the pool and instead take the Monkey King and Clockwork. Are you surprised?
Not at all. This is just my opinion, obviously.
Remaining.
From my observations on FNG as a player, he does not like to admit defeat. He will try to beat your strat, even if he has just lost to it.
Okay.
That is the kind of player he is. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to send a message and say, I'm not going to touch a single hero that you guys just played, but we will beat you anyways. That's the kind of player he is.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And, you know, it's interesting, too, because it does really feel like there's a difference in the way that these two teams have formed and have sort of developed over time. Team Spirit, kind of an amalgamation of a lot of different players. We've seen Vanscore and Iceberg, who stuck together for a long time together under, like, formerly the CIS Rejects, and then they were part of the original group that got picked up by Team Spirit. And then they've supplemented that by adding in BZZ and FNG and DK Phobos. But you look at Cloud9, and this is an organization that, you know, they go back way, way old days of, you know, the Join Dota League series together, just trying to get better as a squad, and they end up getting picked up by Imperial later, and now Cloud9. And it feels like it's much more of an all-together, like, team mentality, if that makes sense to you know. Like, I was just tweeting at him, and I tweeted at the whole team, and I was like, that was dirty. And then Hessajo hit me back, and he said, I wanted to go Blink, but team said Midas. It's like they all believe in each other, and they sort of go with the, you know, group mentality. It's cool to see.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. I think Ace and Rise have been playing together for, like, forever, actually. Yeah. I'm talking, like, since TI1 days. So, I mean, these two guys go way back, and, you know, the newer additions, it wasn't even, like, you know, that long. It's been quite some time, right, since they've been playing together. I say, like, maybe like 9 months or so.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. I feel like maybe even longer than that. I'm gonna go back and check real quick, but certainly they've been together forever, and you can see the synergy. And now going for dual defensive supports here for them. Do you like Dazzle? Kind of good answer for the Jug.
I think Dazzle overall is always a pretty solid hero, especially since you do know that the enemy has a Jug. Having Weave for Juggernaut is always a good thing. And you're not going to see an Axe because, you know, there's already a Darkseer.
Right. That's true. Yeah, so I guess that they have, you know, you don't want to end up going for that like dual strategy. I've seen a couple of people go like position 4 Axe with the Darkseer in the offlane, but it feels kind of bad. And they kind of function in the same role-ish. You could have 2 initiators, but then you're usually lacking something else like a single target stun or something like that. But yeah, Terrorblade also going to be banned out. Maybe Team Spirit thinking about going... I don't know exactly what it is that they're trying to go for. It seems just very like stock and standard so far. Nothing revealed really.
Yeah, I mean, I think Team Spirit is just going to play their own game. They're not going to worry about what just happened, but they are banning out some of the illusion heroes that could replace what they had last game, right? So they're going to ban out Terrorblade because it is a little more threatening than a CK would be when you're up against a Juggernaut.
Okay.
But you know, they ban out the Terrorblade because if they do end up going for CK again, then they feel like they're confident in dealing with the CK this time.
Is there a bird by your house, by the way?
Oh yeah, there's
10 seconds
quite a few
remaining.
You're like little tweeting on the other side of the microphone. It's really cute. I love that. It's like bringing a
little. I
little.
could provide
like a little bit of happiness to the
Reserve
world.
time.
I'll also mention real quick, I looked it up. When they were Danish
Legion
Bears,
Commander.
they joined 2015 in, what is that, August of 2015, so right after the International. And then the most recent edition was Baby Night, which was 2016, just about 10 months after that. So they've been together forever.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, then.
5
Would this
seconds
be
remaining.
a game where you actually see an ancient apparition? Oh, a Bane.
Ooh.
That's how they're going to deal with the Legion Commander. I mean, I was going to say Legion Commander is a really good pick here because it's just very strong against a Juggernaut. One of the heroes, one of the offlaners that can deal with the core Juggernaut very well. But Bane is going to shut that down.
Yeah. It's definitely
10
strong.
seconds remaining.
It's, again, though, a problem where you have a lot of single
5
target
seconds
oriented
remaining.
like heroes. Bane doesn't really push waves well.
Reserve
Tusk
time.
can, but it's really mana intensive. Darkseer does, and Jug can when you build her.
Lena.
But I'm wondering if you don't have like that support to
Dire
push out
team
lanes, could like Cloud9 go for something like a Naga here? Or is that too weird?
Not at all. I think that's actually...
Or an Alk?
I think that's totally viable right now because, like you said, they don't have the greatest ways of dealing
10
with split push.
seconds remaining.
Again,
5
It's
seconds
tough. We'll have to see
remaining.
what they want to go for last. They already have two very pick-off oriented heroes, a couple of defensive
Reserve
supports.
time.
It feels like it's a 4-protect 1, with some scaling coming out of the Legion, obviously, as well as the Lena. But we'll have to see. Maybe Morphling could be an option as well. There's no silences, really. I guess Bane ulti does not silence, right?
it's like a stun, so I guess it counts, but you have to channel it.
Right, because like there's the difference with like Legion Commander Duel obviously makes you so you can't switch over to Strength Form, but regardless, it doesn't matter. We might not see Morphling anyways. But yeah, Lifesteal are going to be
Radiant
banned.
team ban.
I don't know. I feel like they just need some heavy hitting super late game hero.
Well, we're gonna have to see. Right now, they need a way to actually lane up against the Lena as well, because Lena's still a very
10 seconds
strong
remaining.
solo 1v1 kind of matchup. Beats a lot of
5
different
seconds
heroes, and I
remaining.
don't think you want that kind of match. You don't want a bad matchup for Iceberg.
Oh yeah,
Reserve
I
time.
can't imagine that he was too pleased with the way that game went last time. Him having to play Omni Knight also. He tends to be a more playmaking type of heroes. Think back to like his OD and Storm Spirit and Tiny. So like those his type of heroes. Speaking of which, I wouldn't mind seeing a Tiny out of Team Spirit.
Radiant
Tiny is
team
always
pick.
amazing to watch. I think that hero's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna happen, especially because it's against the Lena. You gotta like, I don't know, try lane for your Tiny if you're against the Lena, because there's
10
no way you're gonna
seconds
win that
remaining.
matchup.
Oh, the dream. I guess that you could send the
5
Bane there, which would
seconds
help out,
remaining.
but it would be tough. Any of those sort of melee heroes that's not Dragon Knight gonna
10
have a really tough
seconds
time with it.
remaining.
But last pick here for Cloud9. What is it gonna be?
5 seconds
I still
remaining.
think very.
Lycan.
Ooh, more
Dire
of the
team
same.
pick.
Well then, you said they were an innovative team. I mean, Lycan has been seeing play, but very interesting.
10
We're going to be
seconds
seeing
remaining.
similar playstyles to last game. Lena, obviously not as
5
much of a split
seconds
pusher as
remaining.
Brood, but can still kind of fulfill that role. Because you can, push out
Reserve
waves very
time.
quickly, and then you end up buying things like Shadow Blade to move around much quicker.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I feel like also the Howl changes giving you that bonus damage. Maybe you can turn around some ganks. I feel like I've seen it a couple of times where Lycan is the hero that's most healed for his entire team. Probably won't be the case this time around with Dazzle and Tree, but I'm kind of curious to see what the numbers are like just because of the way that interaction works and how much health everybody gets when you pop it.
I didn't even know it adds towards your healing stat. If that's the case, I think Lycan would still come out on top then.
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure it does. We'll have to double check at the end of the game. But last pick now for Team Spirit.
10 seconds.
Everything else about their draft screams aggression. They could go back for the OD, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I really like that.
Assassin.
Okay, this is not as good as the OD in my opinion, but I can see this working.
I mean, it's very clear what they want to do, right? You find the sleep into just TA melting somebody and just keep the pressure on over and over and over again. And for Cloud9, it's the exact opposite. You take team fights on occasion, but really it's about Ace doing the damage on that Lycan.
You mean Ace doing damage to towers on the Lycan?
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. He's not about doing damage to heroes. He has focus on the towers. He can't do the illusion. Well, maybe he can. Maybe he's just going to go Manta Lycan. Who knows? These guys are crazy.
Man, let's go Manta Radiance Lycan.
All right, game number 2. Cloud9 versus Team Spirit.
5 seconds
We're
remaining.
in the EU qualifiers. We have another series that's going to take place after this one as well, so don't go anywhere, everybody. More Dota 2 action is going to continue on with Effect versus Na'Vi, where Seneko has rejoined his old team. I'm kind of curious if he's going to be the one drafting in that game or not. Do you think that you can pop right back into a drafting role even if you have been gone for a little while?
You definitely can, but it just depends on how the team functions, so we'll never know.
Well, we will know eventually, but...
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think drafting is obviously super important, but like who's actually doing the draft, I don't think it's as important.
Okay.
No one really knows off of online tournaments like how people actually draft, because there are some teams who just wait for their captain to do all the picks, and then there's some teams that all sit behind their captain as they're drafting. It's like a team effort thing.
Yeah, and we'll see which one ends up being. Oh my God! Look at this courier. Look at this. Do you see this little rabbit here? He's doing a backflip.
He is in the middle of doing it. All right, I need 1 second. I'm gonna go close my window because there's like a zoo outside.
Houston is being invaded by animals. This is just the cutest little courier right here. I want to see what the Team Spirit... Oh my God, just close up of Bane. That was not cute. What's their courier? Do they have a courier? Their courier isn't as cool. It is pretty neat though. Look at this guy. It's wonderful. All right, so early smoke and move out right now. FNG is going to place down a couple of wards. We talked in the end of the last game about how FNG, tends to not like to have to deal with the split pushing lineup, and with a Tusk taken early as well as the Bane and the Darkseer, this feels to me like it's definitely a lineup that can get aggressive and try and put the hurt in a little bit onto Ace on this Lycan as everybody heads down the bottom lane here.
Yeah, I think the major difference this game that we're going to be seeing is like last game, they were very passive. Right, they jungle Veno and then they let Ace free farm. This game, they're not going to let them do that. They're not going to sit back and wait for the entire team to buy Midases again. And Tusk Darkseer is a good start. I think this is like a good enough combo to disrupt this bottom lane.
30 seconds to battle.
Definitely could be. And I think that like Vanscore certainly should be able to deal with the off-lane Legion well enough, I think. It's still a kind of hard matchup, but at least you're going to not... Like, the other day we saw, like, a Warlock versus a Legion, and that matchup is a lot more difficult because you have to deal with, like, being able to press the attack off Shadow Ward and things like that. But it does not look like Joe Rotten nor Baby Knight are going to be able to quite get there in time to steal the bounty runes. So 3 bounty runes are going to go into the favor of Team Spirit, with Cloud9 just getting the 1. Ooh. You know what else they have? They've got Heal Bomb with Dazzle and the Wolves.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good point, especially since you're up against the Tusks. If he snowballs in incorrectly, he might just get blown up, even without the Wolves. You like snowball into a creep wave and you're just going to die.
Okay. They pop Howl, giving a little bit of a last hit advantage here to Baby Knight. They're doing a good bit of damage to Iceberg early, and well, pops the Fairy Fire, but wow, that was a lot of damage dealt and the Shrine already used.
Yeah, Treant Protector. Casual 91 damage.
Oh my god. All right, Iceberg, he is not going to be very happy about this, and he might just end up going down at this early stage. He's already used the Shrine, no way out, and first blood drawn by Noya at just about a minute into it, so not at all what Team Spirit were hoping for.
And the worst part, it's not over yet. He's just staying here.
Oh, man. Well, there's a lot of aggression going out around here. I think that they're trying to go now onto Rise. They have the Ion Shell there, but they're just going to turn and fight, and FNG overstepping his bounds. He's going to get taken down too.
That was an interesting play.
I
felt like it's kind of a tilt play. That's what it feels like to me.
a little bit. I mean, as far as the lane setups are concerned, mid is just bad. Like, there's no two ways about it. But top feels like it's going okay. You know, Juggernaut's getting a good amount of CS. Darkseer is still getting a lot down here bottom. I mean, in spite of that kill, should bottom be going okay for Team Spirit?
Yeah, I think it's still fine right now. Like, giving up one kill is big, but it's not over yet. It's not like Darkseer died. They can still manage this.
Well, in the mid lane, Iceberg getting gone on yet again. They do bring in Rise for this one as well. Dealing a lot of damage, going to force back one, maybe going to be able to get another. They could dive with this. They have another Shadow Word in just a little bit, but looks like they are almost going to be able to find that kill. Oh, he gets the kill with the Poison Touch. All right.
What a disaster. Kills are just happening non-stop.
Man. Cloud9 came to play today. They're looking really good.
I wonder how much of that is attributed to the Howl. I wonder how much that Howl actually helped them. 10 extra damage. Not bad. 50 extra health.
Yeah. It's something that, I mean, it's not nighttime yet, but when that comes around, it's going to be even more impactful just because of how much extra you get during that. Wow, I am, after last game and this one, I'm really impressed with Cloud9's play. It's a team that I think everybody was expecting to, it was like right on the outskirts of making it through to Kiev. But if people aren't careful, they might run away with this qualifier, honestly. The game isn't even over yet, but they're doing really good.
Oh, top lane.
They're also going on Ace in the bottom. Looks like they're setting up on Hestejo. The spin's going to be there, immediately going for the TP. Is not going to be able to get out in time, though. And it looks like Ace was able to escape from that semi-dive coming from Team Spirit.
It's pretty hard to get a kill on... Actually, I don't even think it's that hard. Now that it's nighttime, maybe it's a little more difficult, but I don't really see liking going down here. But they can definitely disrupt this farm. You know, the Darkseer is always a nuisance to melee cores.
Well, in the meantime, you still have a pretty good lead for Team Spirit in terms of the CS across the lanes. Like, Darkseer is getting a lot here, but the kills certainly into the favor of Cloud9. I'm kind of wondering how these next couple of minutes look. It looks like they want to try and go on to Ace, although Rise is here. No Grave currently. They almost able to kill off FNG. Yeah, the Wolf Heal Bomb is quite strong.
Yeah, you were right. That was an insane amount of damage. I think they have to go on Dazzle, if anything.
And 20 damage, 100 HP when it's nighttime from the Howl right now. Making it a lot harder for the TA in that lane. Still only at 15-3 versus the 23-14 of the Lina.
And he's going to get pressured again. Here we go.
Iceberg in some trouble, burning through Refraction. There is going to be the Snowball trying to turn this back around. Maybe able to kill off Baby Knight. They hit the Light Strike array, trying to get out of there, and they have the heal that's coming out as well. They're going to keep Baby Knight alive. If he had level 6 right there, Iceberg would have been dead. Still might be if he doesn't careful about where he stands.
The one nice thing about that for Spirit at least is Baby Knight accidentally used his regen while he was under the effects of Orb of Venom, and that now cancels your regen.
Ooh. That's unfortunate. So, missing out a little bit of the efficiency. Iceberg, unfortunately, is not going to get a rune for himself. That does mean that he's going to have to head back to the jungle and pick up the bounty.
Blessings.
So, how are you feeling about the game as far as Team Spirit is concerned? They clearly wanted to get a little bit more aggressive early on, but do you feel like it's a big downside if they don't manage to find a lot of kills, or are they pretty comfortable with how the game's going?
I think they need to find kills this game. They drafted for it, they need it to happen. Bottom lane, sharks off the mark. They kind of like missed their early game window. I don't know if there was actually a window. I kind of underestimated how strong this Dazzle Lycan lane actually was. They handled the Darkseer Tusk like very well. So I think what it really comes down to now is, I think once you know, Bane gets his levels, once Tusk gets his levels, they need to be able to make things happen with these ultimates, and that's when they start snowballing. Like from then on, like they need these abilities to get these kills.
All right. On FNG level 3, DK Phobos level 5. It's still just so hard to dive ace. Rise holding on to a point right now in Grave just in case he needs it. But they can just keep the aggression on, and now in the mid lane, in the meantime, Baby Knight pops the DD. They have the Howl damage. They're going to start taking down this tower, or at least doing a bit of damage to it before TA comes back.
It's kind of an interesting tree build as well. I wouldn't expect the skill to be leveled to be Leech Seed. I would imagine it to be one of the other two, but definitely not Leech Seed.
This will do nicely.
Yeah, I guess.
Got it.
What's this sort of saying, that he wants to be more aggressive early, or what's your thought on it?
I'm not too sure. I mean, that's definitely got to be the case, right? It doubles the damage of Leech Seed, and it pulses 6 times, so 15 times 6, whatever that is, it's 90. Is it 90? Yeah, 90. 90 extra damage for 1 level. It's not bad.
No. It's level 4 right now. They still deal a good bit of damage to the tower here. You know the other thing about this? With the changes to the way that tower armor works, it's actually quite good to just like send your wolves in at a tower. As the dive comes in, Rise is alone here, is going to get Grave, and now Noya shows up. He gets the Leech Seed off. FNG's out of mana. They're going to pop the ulti from Ace and just give the kill over to him. So diving far too deep there, and they get punished.
All right, let's see how much damage they can get out of this Lightning.
Oh, Baby Knight. Well, BZZ able to find him in the jungle. Just a quick Omni Slash for a kill. Much needed for Team Spirit there. If nothing else, for the morale.
Yeah, that's a very big kill for them. And Juggernaut with the Darkseer Iron Shell is a really strong combo for the early stages of the game. It does so much damage when you have Iron Shell and the Blade Flurry.
Oh, is he going on Van Score? They have a duel. Good Nightmare. There is a spin available, but Hesijo should be fine, I think. He's got enough movement speed to get out of there, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, despite all of that, he still has 400 life. So this combo isn't enough damage. They need, I don't even know if Ion Shell is enough. They need Omni Slash.
And I mean, that's the thing, is like Lycan, he's gonna have Howl up again, get a little bit of extra HP. They went for a vacuum there. Meanwhile, top lane, they want to go into BZZ. They know he's here in the trees. Hesijo in the area as well. Oh, if they stuck around there, maybe with the Luna Blade, they could have gotten some dual damage, but I don't think they can kill off BZZ without it. So instead, in the mid lane, they're gonna go into Iceberg, and most likely, ensure this kill. So close, not gonna drop.
Strength power treads. Save with light.
Value.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Game's still a kind of slow-paced after that incredibly quick-paced start that we had, and Team Spirit's starting to be the ones that take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're just coming close to their level 6s on the supports. Bane now hits level 6, and Tusk is getting close to it. And then once they both have their level 6s, that's when they're really going to ramp up the aggression.
Okay. And in the meantime, your tree has the tome in hand, so that is going to be level 6 now done for him. Top lane, Ryze has already gotten his level 6, so Weave is online. And it looks like, again, just trying to either kill off these wolves or break clarities or do whatever they can to Lycan as Noya shows up. And looks like Team Spirit is going to back out for the moment. Maybe think about setting up on the Legion Commander as the lane is all the way pushed out. Oh, that was a good play, though, by her to get the pull off to the side. So now gets to farm safely underneath the tower, and they would have to dive the tier 1 to find that kill. So that little play right there ends up probably keeping the Legion Commander alive for the moment, at least.
Oh, Bamscore, he's trying to get the ulti off. Dire scans because they thought they were being watched by the tree.
Yeah. It does signal that, all right, we can go for a smoke play at least. They're not going to be able to find a kill on the Legion Commander, who is getting ever closer to that Blink Dagger most likely. In the meantime, a ward is placed down. I don't know if Team Spirit are going to find anybody. Are they making the full move down to try and take down the Lycan? He's not even here.
They do find Dazzle. I think they just go for the Dazzle. Here we go.
They're popping ulti. They've got heals coming in. Ryze might be able to live through this. They get the overgrowth. He gets the grave off. Now Hestejo is there. He shows up. Big jump forward. They get the duel. The snowball is safe for the moment. Might end up keeping him alive through it. Yes, so no dual damage is going to be granted. But Baby Knight, he finds the catch with that Light Strike Array. Needs to run away now from BZZ, who's already killed them off. But they've lost 2 on Team Spirit. I think that Cloud9 now has maybe overstepped their bounds slightly. Hestejo, it's that big increase in movement speed and able to make the escape. But the final tally ends up being a 2-for-1, though they did lose the Lina.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, despite that rough start, Iceberg is actually caught up pretty well. Almost has this Desolator, and by picking that up, you know, they actually have like a solid lineup to go and sneak in Roshan if they wanted to. They have that option.
And I think a big part of why it looked so dirty last game, too, from Cloud9 was because CK just got free farm the whole time, and that's not the case with the Lycan. He's not, like, as ridiculously far ahead as they were last game.
Yeah, definitely. I think if they were, they would have bought Midas on Lycan.
Oh, God. All right, Baby Knight here. Ooh, good force staff, and now BZZ. Very far forward. Noya found Vanscore. They might be able to find this 1 kill. Can they get any more besides that? Low duel done.
Team Spirit have to be careful with these 5-on-5 engagements. Oh, that's Joe.
Oh my God, he went in very deep. They do still have the grave available, waiting on it.
Oh my God, that damage is insane.
All right.
They need to be careful of that. Like Hestejo, time and time again, just hitting like 4 to 5 man overwhelming odds, just does a crap load of damage and just walks away because he runs at max speed.
I mean, that's the thing. This has gotten buffed over and over again. Your damage per hero increased 120 per hero. So it's dealing like 600 damage maybe if it hits everybody? Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. I mean, after reductions is somewhere around, you know, 4, what is it?
But like, that's an AoE Laguna Blade because it's just 450 look damage with the Lina.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Team Spirit has to be careful about playing around that. Like they ate the full nuke the first time, and then they re-engaged, and then they ate it again. The only first time they were able to survive because of the mech, and they threw a healing board down. But you don't have the mech for the second one.
Radiant's top tower.
All right, what about this
careful.
for a level 25? Hestejo for Legion Commander. You get press the attack or overwhelming odds turns to pure damage. What do you think?
That might be better than
The dual damage?
the dual damage one. Yeah, but I mean I think the -8 press the attack will probably beat something like that.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower.
Because the pure
is under
damage
attack.
just basically means you get 25% of the damage. The enemy team has no.
And it pierces BKB. How about that?
All right.
Maybe. Look at that. Look at the damage. Look at it.
Oh
It's
my
absurd.
goodness. What a mistake.
Oh, that was
Omni's
unfortunate.
That was a very ambitious Omni Slash. I mean, they had a creep wave right there.
I guess maybe hoping for good bounces and a little bit of the spin after the fact. Another Force Staff away. Not often you see this as a first item on Lina, but it's showing why it's so good now.
Oh no, FNG.
He's gone far too deep yet again, and this is going to be another dual win for Hestejo.
This definitely does not benefit them at all. Like, I don't think they want to be giving up kills just to make
Radiant's
a little
top
bit of
tower
space
is
to
under
farm.
attack.
Because I think at this rate, Lycan is going to overpower them with his timing, and they're going to lose way too much once he reaches that point.
And I mean, how many times have we seen like late game Bane just not be able to do much? It's such a hard hero to play in the later stages because, like, maybe you can get a Nightmare off, but the range on that isn't great until you get Aether Lens. He does get the cast range talent, but that's not until level 20. And then also channeling Enfeeble, or rather channeling Fiend's Grip in this game is just terrifying.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Like, Bane really needs to have it. I wouldn't even say like the greatest of starts, but he needs to at least get something done. And unfortunately for him, the only Fiend's Grip he was able to use was to no success at bottom lane.
Yeah. Well,
Invisibility.
one thing we are starting to see, the Midases for Noya. He's got himself one. We don't have any on the other heroes, but still quite good. And Tree already being this high level and being able to constantly be a force is going to be quite strong for them. Being said, Iceberg is invis.
He's got the Blink Death, so this is a really strong. If he got overgrowth there, that was a really risky play.
I think Iceberg's dead, or somebody's dead. I don't know who it is. Vanscore looks to be it. Is sending everybody. Omni Slash comes back out. The weave is there. Baby Knight's alive. Noya not going to die either. They get the duel off. Oh, BZZ is going to fall. They are able to jump forward and take down Noya. Vanscore lives because of the mech. Vacuum wall into 5. The snowball, it's a little bit late, but can they get there in time? They use the grave to save Baby Knight. Hestejo turns, does a boatload of damage. Is going to be able to armlet toggle away from the damage coming out from the TA. Another toggle and living through it. Able to escape. So they take down 2 in exchange for 2 in spite of that 5-man back wall.
That probably would have been far more disastrous for Team Spirit if it wasn't for TK Phobos hitting that huge vacuum wall. But I think Cloud9 had what it took to just turn the fight around if it wasn't for that big fight from TK Phobos. And really well played by Hestejo, just toggling his way to safety.
Wow. It was really good, and I don't know, I think that like you save, both teams played that about as well as they could have. If they were like a second earlier with that snowball from FNG, you probably end up getting like almost a team wipe there because everybody's grouped together just to get beaten down to death by the TA. But obviously it's a hard spell to combo perfectly with Vacuum Wall.
Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, they did lose Juggernaut at the start of the fight. If they had like a Blade Flurry for that ready,
I'll take that.
like you said, it might have been a team wipe.
Nonetheless, a very strong start for everybody. They are moving in now, Team Spirit, to try and take down Roshan. Don't know if right now Cloud9 are aware. They might send in a Wolf, but it's too quick, and they've already gotten it taken down. Probably the pings to come to take down Roshan. It was a DD for Iceberg, so it made it go even more quickly. And Now it's time for them to try and mount the aggressive.
So yeah, that was a really good call by T-Spirit. They get the Roshan. This allows them to play more aggressively. FNG about to get run down by the Lycan. He needs to buy as much time as he can for his team.
I mean, they're still going to end up dying here, I think, as dropping down the shards. They will have the duel. Want to save it? Nope. Just going to make sure they find the kill. But in the meantime, Team Spirit taking the tier 2 tower. Light Strike Right connects.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And right now, Dire making sure nobody's coming in from where the shrine is. Estijo, no Blink Dagger, but does still have that increased movement speed. Vacuum Wall onto 2. This could be bad. They have the feed script. Estijo drop-in is going to end up going down. So they take down the Dazzle, they take down the Legion, the Overgrowth comes, but there's nothing to follow it up. And now, Team Spirit looking to keep this pressure on with the Aegis already in hand. They did force back FNG to deal with the split push coming from Lycan, though.
That was a little careless by C9, I feel. I think they're feeling a little too confident in their ability to play very defensively because they do have a lot of ways to save each other. Oh, Nightmare canceled by the Wolves. Well played by Ace. But I think they were just like playing as if there's no way they could die. Like there's a tree and armor, there's Dazzle, Grave, and heals. There's press the attack from LC, but Team Spirit, they still have quite a lot of damage. You have to be careful of how much damage they can output.
Yeah, particularly like TA at this point. I mean, Blink Deso, I think relative to the other heroes in this game, there's not a point where she is stronger. Maybe again at that level 25 when you get the talent like immediately and you have the extra instances of refraction. But by and large, this is like Team Spirit's time to shine, and they've got Greaves, they got Blink on Darkseer. Jug is going to be able to finish off the Diffusal Blade pretty soon. So maybe is it the Blink Dagger for Legion Commander that gives another strong timing for Cloud9 to try and fight again, or do they just need to wait for the Aegis to be down and then they're still going to be good?
I think they'll still be okay once the Aegis is down, but they have to make a move soon. I think their window is kind of running short for C9, and Team Spirit are just going to run them over with this Juggernaut and TA, because once you get the Diffusal on Juggernaut, you don't really have to worry so much about living armor anymore. You can purge that.
Right.
And there's just not going to be enough damage out of Lycan by himself, because apart from him, I don't think Lina has enough items to do the damage she needs to be doing.
Oh, look at this. So much vision granted by Noya. They're all moving in here, but the big smoke play, they have found Ace. He is going to be able to get living to armor, trying to stay alive, but they solo Omni Slash and they manage to find that kill. Baby Knight as well as Rise going to be caught now. They do have a Grave available to keep Baby Knight alive. No, but the Nightmare comes out. Oh, really good play by Vanscore. So the combination takes down the rest of them, and Rise is going to fall because of it. They will be able to cut this creep wave, so the tower not going to be brought down. This is about as good of a play as Cloud9 could make right now.
Better than a stick.
But they do need to blink away. Nightmare's there is going to catch the tree, but Legion gets out. Do they have dust?
Yeah, they got dust.
All right, good vacuum back there. And yeah, they take them down.
Sapphire in the womb of Niktasha.
And yeah, this is kind of the problem with C9's draft. Last game, they can actually rely on CK to do the carrying with all the images, but this game, it's not the same story. Oh, Baby Knight has to be super careful.
Oh, that was a good play by Iceberg. He waited until the Light Strike Ray came out and then blinked forward and does it again with the Force Staff. Yo, Iceberg, he is feeling himself right now. That's 2 outplays in a row. It's easy to do it against the Lina, but definitely what they need.
Cool. And I think once Iceberg gets to his BKB, I don't really see... Well, I mean, you can still right-click in the death, right? Cloud9 still have a ton of physical damage.
To me, it feels like the most important hero in this game is kind of Legion Commander, and getting that dual damage up and just trying to get out of control.
Yeah. That is one way to go about it, but unfortunately, I think they need more than that. They need the Lina to be able to step up the damage as well.
Okay.
And I don't think Lina just doesn't have enough farm yet.
And Bloodstone charges down to 5. Makes it quite tough. There's been a couple of those heals in the midst of engagements. Do see a lot of chaotic movement right now. BZZ is going to spot out Hestejo. Let's make sure not to get Omni. They drop the duel, decide that they want to fight. They drop down the wall as well. BZZ gone. Now Darkseer trying to run away. There's a doggy after him. It looks like they're not going to be able to find that secondary kill, but more duel damage.
Yeah, you can see just how much damage there is once you get everything running. You know, you howl, you have the weave and the medallion. It's just a ton of physical damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I guess with Aegis down now, as well as the Darkseer wall, as they take down the tower with these couple of Necro books. That should be a nice little bit of gold into the coffers of Cloud9, who are still down about 10,000 experience, right around 7,500 net worth.
Right now, they just have to be very scared of Darkseer. Like DK Phobos is what's making these team fights so good for Team Spirit.
Ooh. The Blink Tusk, pretty hard to deal with. Lina, again, going to be found and killed off. Down to 3 Bloodstone charges for Baby Knight. And it's not an easy game for him right now. Uh-oh. Dazzle. Right. Yeah, you get out of there. Heads up play to make the escape. As bottom lane, Hestejo going to put some work in onto this tower. Forces DK Phobos reaction. Bane is going to be here as well, and that signals to Hestejo time to go.
Top lane.
Noya gets there. They find FNG. Iceberg kills off Ace, though, in the meantime. They do still have Overgrowth if they want to use it, and BZZ gets the Manta dodge away, or rather Mantine out of the root. And looks to be fine. In the meantime, Iceberg again going to be able to outplay and get away from Baby Knight. Trying to chase him down. Iceberg kills off Rise. Yeah, this is looking from bad to worse. Duel is there. They are going to be able to kill off BZZ.
He had double damage on LC. He just two-shotted Jack.
Oh, Blade Mail is down for another couple of seconds, but I think that Hestejo might have done it. There's a Fiend Script on the backside. Takes down Baby Knight again, but they might be able to kill up Iceberg here. Vacuum Wall onto 2. Can they kill this guy off? He has Refraction back up soon. They need just a little bit more damage, but it's not going to be there. Oh, they already used the dust on him. It's on cooldown for 7 more seconds for Tree, but they will get Legion out.
Neither side has detection.
Oh, and now they know, but still Noya is back behind. They pop the dust. Did they spot him? Oh, Noya! Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Tree.
Well, you're talking about the LC getting up the damage to carry. I mean, his damage is definitely up there. Like, look at how much damage he does with the Howls. 300 damage. That's without the armlet being toggled.
Yeah. Oh, it's true, and I mean, this is before the rest of the dual damage comes in as well. The problem is, are they going to be able to deal with another Aegis here? Bloodthorn done on Iceberg also. He has Hurricane Pike, so much mobility, so much damage, and he's about to hit level 25 as well. I don't know if they're going to be able to burst through him again.
Yeah, Iceberg and DK Phobos really putting the team on their back.
DK Phobos almost has a Shiva's. Should finish it off after this next set of creeps. So,
get the gold away.
Looks like in the meantime, I mean, the other thing that's just been so good about this game for Team Spirit is the vision. You really need like a gem or something to be able to scout out all of these TA traps and other wards. Meanwhile, in the top lane up here, Baby Knight's going to end up going down, but as you said, Duel is going to be done for Vanscore. So Baby Knight actually ends up, they finding the stun. Does have another 4-step in a little while.
Kill all the damage.
Are they going to be able to get, they can't get Rise.
He's
And now Legion's here. Estijo, they turn to fight. Blade Mail, why you hitting yourself, Iceberg? Ace is going to end up bringing down FNG. Oh, overwhelming odds. Iceberg almost gone. Can they take him down? Refraction is back up in a second, and they get the stun. They're going to find this kill. Duel is going to be back.
They need
not
to save
up.
him right now. Here comes DK Phobos with the carry.
Oh, they're not going to get there. He wants to go in for it. It was so close to being huge. They couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, if they could have made that there, that could have been a huge win for Team Spirit, because I think they have what it took to 3v5 on top of TA, but just a second too late.
And at the end of the day, what it ends up being is they take down the Aegis and they manage to find the kill onto TA. So a huge swing back into their favor after that kill.
Yeah, Iceberg is, insanely strong, insanely far. Oh, has to be careful.
There's the Nightmare. Take it off immediately. Still looking, DK Phobos. He has his blink available. There's an opening there, but they break the blink. That's the joke. Can go back in now if he wants to. Might just duel this time instead. Pops the blade belt. Oh, Manta! He's able to get him nonetheless, though. Nice. And there's going to be the Feed Script Vacuum Wall 3. There's going to be the Snowball follow-up. Is it enough damage, though? It looks like it might just be. Omni Slash comes out. DK Phobos runs away. Estijo still alive. Nobody dies in all of that. Finally, DK Phobos finds the kill onto that Legion commander after the armlet toggle was a little bit off point. But they lose 3 for that, or rather 2. And TA's still dead throughout that engagement. Oh, questionable.
I don't know if they should have taken that fight without their TA.
Yeah, I mean, that looks, because I'm thinking like, all right, the snowball setup, the vacuum wall, it all looked perfect, but in the instance, it forgot that the TA isn't freaking there to do the damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of their issue right now, is that if they're so reliant on the TA to do damage because Judge just doesn't have enough. Manta Diffusal is nice, but there's just there's just not enough. I think he needs... maybe this was the game where he should have went for the Maelstrom, perhaps. Maybe the Diffusal Blade is not even that important, because there's no Yule to diffuse. And Living Armor is probably bypassable, especially since you have an Iron Shell.
I think the Manta's good for the like dealing with the Legion, and maybe his thought is like, this gives me more damage because I'm going to be mana burning more often or something. But I agree, it's tough. It's a really hard game for him just in general. And
is under attack.
I mean, I guess the other thing is you don't expect your TA to be dead when you're going in for those fights.
Yeah, that's true.
But totally. So almost level 25 for her. What else are we getting towards? The Noya has his Aghanim, so this is the other point where the game becomes quite hard for Team Spirit, because you're just going to get those eyes in the forest everywhere. Take a sip of water. Voice is cracking.
Well, it's gonna take some time. You know, he just picked it up, so the eyes in the forest not gonna be that like crazy just yet. But I definitely agree with you. They'll have to invest in a gem eventually to deal with it.
Oh, and look at this play. Radiant know what's up. They realize that this movement could be coming, and they're just going to send Hestijo immediately back. The smoke is going to be revealed, and Team Spirit not able to find a pick-off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Really good map awareness.
While that is the case, they do have to be careful because... Oh, mid-lane?
They're onto him. Estijo pops press the attack. They're still chasing just outside of the shards. Bloodthorn is there. Rise is coming in. Does still have the grave. Manages to get it off. Iceberg not able to do a ton of damage because of the blade mail. They get the Omni Slash onto Rise, and Hestijo is going to go down. Now they've lost 2. We'll be able to see any more coming out from Team Spirit. Doesn't look like it. But they're ready to siege high ground.
Yeah, they're going to go straight to the bottom lane.
They have buyback on the Legion if they want to use it.
Another Blink Punch.
So
they split.
Noya once again position. An Overgrowth here would be really good. And they can actually get it off. Connects onto 4. Not bad. That's FNG dead. The Omni Slash came out as well, but oh, excuse me, that was just the Manta style. But now you have Ace chasing and Vanscore is dead. So that's 2 already out of here. Really good play as well to get the Nightmare off with the Necronomicon in the midst of that. And
wasn't the worst for Team Spirit. You know, they lose both of the supports, but they do draw out a buyback from LC, so pretty big experience loss though. All things considered, I think they're still okay.
Money to burn.
Well, those refraction charges are just about to get online now for Iceberg. So all the way up to 9 of them. Nonetheless, you got to be careful about any movement that comes in here. You can see that, I don't know if they quite spotted the tree that was heading over here. Hesta Joe not quite scouting out the TA. And TA will get away.
You know, now that Lycan has his AC, Cloud9 feels so strong. I'm starting to wonder, like, what Team Spirit actually need to do enough damage. Because even just despite how strong Iceberg is, it still feels like they're not doing enough damage. Like this Weave and Solar Crest is doing so much for them.
And the other thing is, like, you really, it's harder to take them down than it normally would. Howl during night, 400 health. Like, it's crazy how much you get from that. Was that what it was? I think that's what it said at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, 400 health. Like, at this late stage of the game, it's pretty tremendous. And even though you do have TA that's dealing a buttload of damage, with that and the defensive supports, it's hard to burst through them. And like, Noya is going to be able to get the +5 living armor block instances also. A little bit later on.
Top tower is under attack.
Getting close to that cooldown reduction. That really helps.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
In the meantime, tier 1s are traded. They could go for another trade off of tier 2s here. And that leaves open the path for Lycan to make his moves as well. Getting closer to his level 25 of the +15 second shapeshift duration.
They need to fix that for Lycan. No, I mean, I don't mean like the shapeshift duration thing, but the other talent. Because I don't see why you would ever take 2 extra wolves instead of the 15 shapeshift.
Yeah, it's pretty garbage. Oh.
Yeah, I just saw that talent. Like, oh my god, look how fast Roshan died.
Yeah, there was no way that I was sticking around any amount of time. Although, right now, Cloud9 is in a position to potentially defend against this. That being said, it's all scouted out by Team Spirit. They spot out Ace. They're going to walk forward for this one. They are walking into an Eyes of the Forest. But they do not want to try and move too far forward. Actually,
this is
took
pretty
it down.
big. They got the shapeshift. They have like a small window right now. They need to push in this top lane. But they're going all over the place though. They're not going to go high ground.
Yeah, maybe a little bit questionable there.
Got it.
So, in the meantime, we do have Darkseer going for the Refresher Orb next. And we'll see if Legion can find him, actually. Do they scout this out? I don't think that they realize who's there. They do just now spot Hesta Joe. Moving forward, they're going to have the Nightmare. Press the attack comes. He didn't get his Blade Maul off in time. And now TA showing up. Hesta Joe, not long for this world. And that is an unfortunate kill. No buyback for 80 seconds. That might be the avenue to try and go high ground.
Yeah, they're running down, trying to meet up with Jug.
Oh, and Ace, he pops a shapeshift again. So shapeshift's going to be down. You don't have your Legion commander. Yeah, Team Spirit, they really should push here.
Double damage.
Jug is the one with the Aegis.
Uh-oh. Baby Knight. Omni, they have the Grave, but that just means Rise is going to dead.
And that doesn't mean that Baby Knight is safe just yet.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Team Spirit going to make this one quite difficult to deal with. They take down that tree as well. They have buyback on him if they want, but 2-1 end, and now they just jump forward. This could potentially be a dieback for Baby Knight. They've already used the Howl. They've used the Shapeshift. They're going to end up losing a lane of barracks. Team Spirit striking while the iron is hot.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom
And with how much damage they do, I think this just might be it.
Radiant's middle tower is
The other
under
heroes
attack.
can't come back for another 15 seconds. Treant does have buyback, but they're gonna lose 2 racks, and this is the final hold.
Radiant's middle barracks.
All
I
right.
think Team Spirit will play it safe. They're gonna back away. I think.
Radiant's
Maybe.
They're not. Just kidding.
All right. Yeah, they're nuts. They're willing to go for it. And yeah,
No, okay. All right. Good. They're playing it more disciplined. They're gonna back.
I mean, you've got to go for a smoke play here, right? You try and find some kills on the way out. Looks like they don't want to do
I don't
it.
know if you can. Yeah, I don't know if you can. Just one small mistake from C9 and they just chain feed and lose 2 racks for it.
I guess that's the other thing too that's really tough is that your Darkseer, like, he's the only long cooldown that they have, and Qual wasn't used. It was just like a couple of pickoffs here and there.
Yeah, and Omni Slash was used, but back in 20.
All right, Hestejo, 80 dual damage, ready to jump in, try and find somebody to kill. Refresh Orb is not on DK Phobos right now.
I think they should wait for it. I don't think they're in a rush. They should just wait for it.
Ready to get some X marks the spot plays with the double wall shenanigans.
Wait. He's not taking it. Where is
All right.
it? All right, finally, it's coming out.
There you go. You want to make sure you have that 5,000 gold item. Now, in the meantime, BZZ is just going to slowly beat away at this tower. And there is not a lot of great answers. The wraparound is there, though. They're trying to jump. They found Iceberg. The snowball save. It might be enough. They have the blade mail out, though. Still doing damage. Hestejo in trouble. Going to be brought down. Does have buyback. They've killed off, though, Vanscore. So no control is coming out from that Bane. And in the meantime, they've been able to bring down the Juggernaut inside the base. But now they've lost the Lycan. He isn't going to have Shapeshift when he comes back. Ultra kill for Iceberg. He has just been on a tear. Rampage to boot. And GG is going to get called. Iceberg kills every damn person.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's
They didn't even
top
need the
barracks
refresher.
has fallen. Dire victory.
Well, that's what happens. I mean, you duel them, you try and take them out of the fight. The 9 refraction instances were just too much. And Team Spirit come back in a strong way after a frustrating game number 1 for them.
Yeah, a lot of credit goes out to Iceberg and DK Phobos. Like, Iceberg played that very well, despite, like, I don't know what to call that early game. That was the worst start you could ever have. Just getting beat down by a tree, go enshrined, you walk back in, and you still die. Yeah. And despite that, gets a rampage at the end. So great plays by Iceberg and DK Phobos. I think they need to shape up a little bit. I feel like there was some slip ups here and there, but definitely a huge improvement from their first game.
Yeah, by and large, it felt like if you don't find those couple of pickoffs, you know, Hestejo dying in the jungle and then Baby Knight dying in the bottom lane, those like couple of misplays there ended up being punished really heavily by Team Spirit. It's a lineup that was just built to do that. So,
yeah, and I think one of the other things is I think they underestimated the Tusk a little bit because there was only one Force Staff on Cloud9, and I feel like they were blocked in by the Ice Shards way too many times because of that.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to push it to a game number 3, a first of the second round of the qualifiers for us. It's been all 2-0s over the past couple of days, and so we'll see what ends up happening. Cloud9 versus Team Spirit. Myself, Lyrical, as well as Aosin will be back to continue the coverage of this one, so stick around. More from the Star Ladder Invitational European qualifiers right after this.